Thank you, IEEE young professionals, for organizing this webinar. Thank you, listeners who are now. And as I've been doing digital marketing for 7+ years for various verticals like B2B and B2C clients. And I've been worked with the wide range of industries like e-commerce, FMCG, education, healthcare, etc. And today I'm going to take a webinar on digital marketing. So I'm sharing some of the basics of digital marketing and various aspects used in digital marketing. So those are the aspects, techniques which we use when we are formulating digital marketing strategies, and few steps to grow business online from scratch, and how to make money from Facebook, Instagram, and from YouTube channel. So these are the things I'm going to share with you today. Before moving this digital marketing in detail, let's see some of the statistics. This is the data taken from Statista April 2020. It is global statistics of internet usage. And this data states that there are 4.57 billion active internet users in the world, and 4.2 billion users, unique users, are accessing internet through their mobile phones. And there are 3.81 active social media users, and 3.76 billion users are accessing social media through their mobile phones. Now, what does this data tells us? So it tells us that the increased usage of internet, social channels, and smartphones. Some research also states that there are 5.11 billion unique mobile users in the world. Internet users are growing at a rate more than 11 new users per second. People find all relevant information from net. If a person wants to buy a product, or want to want to go for a movie, or want to read some reviews, or want to go for a service, want to choose a service, everything, like whatever he need, whatever a person need information, he finds that through web. So now we are in the world of digital. This digital world creates a pathway to market business online. Now, why can't we use these insights to grow our own business online, right? Here comes the need of digital marketing. So, in simple terms, digital marketing is one of the it is one of the types in marketing which uses digital media to market their services. Digital media in the sense smartphones, desktops, computers, tablets. So these are the medias used to market products or services, whatever business, via online, via internet. So whereas in traditional marketing or direct marketing, it is the process of marketing businesses directly approaching customers. We might have seen billboards or posters, telemarketing, or magazine ads, right? So, but the main drawback of traditional marketing is like marketing efforts cannot be measured. Like, for example, I'm having a store, and interruption, guys. So that is the reason, like internet Victoria. So should I move on to next slide, or should I explain from here itself?
You can explain, ma'am.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, ma'am. You can continue, ma'am.
Okay.
And a little bit louder. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. So, as I said, digital marketing, it is a type of marketing which uses digital media such as computer, desktop, smartphones, tablets to market product or services via online. So in traditional marketing, as I said, like, it is the process of approaching customers directly through or direct advertisements. So the main drawbacks of traditional marketing, it is not measurable. So as I said, if I'm running a store and I'm placing an ad on the newspaper, and some people are visiting my store and they're making purchase, but I cannot cannot measure like how many people have seen my ad or how many came to my store after seeing that ad. So those things cannot be measured in terms of traditional marketing. But whereas in digital marketing, if I'm placing an ad on the web, then I can measure everything, like how many have seen that ad, how many have clicked on that ad, how many are visiting my ad after clicking that ad, how many are visiting my website after clicking that ad. Everything can be measurable. So now in digital marketing, there are set of aspects. There are many aspects used in digital marketing when we are creating digital marketing strategies. We take some of these aspects and we formulate the strategy based on company's objective or business objective. So now let's see what are the various aspects used in digital marketing. So here I'm going to explain basics of only basic things, not in detail. So now let's move on to various aspects of digital marketing. So search engine optimization, that is most common term, and also social media marketing and paid advertising, email marketing, content marketing, affiliate marketing, influencer marketing, and viral marketing. These are the various aspects in digital marketing. So I will walk you through each one of these. The first one is search engine optimization. So what does it mean? It is the process of optimizing the website to result in the top of the search engine resulting pages. So I will show you an example here. So I want to find best headphones. So I used that best headphones as my search term and I put it in the Google. So now you can see number of results are coming. This page is called the search engine resulting page, and results are called the search results. So you can see number of results are coming. So have you ever wondered like why only these websites are coming in the top? Why not other websites? So it is because these websites are optimized for search engines. So these websites are optimized to use. So there are some SEO factors like your website should be mobile friendly and your website should provide good user experience. There are other on-page factors like your website should load in less than 3 seconds and your website should use title tags, meta tags, and your website should have a good backlink structure. Backlink in the sense the link from other website to our websites. So those factors, if your website meets all that SEO factors, then definitely your website will rank in top in the search result pages. Or else, like if your competitor is, competitors are working well in with the search engine optimization, then they will rank in top of the search results. Now let's move on to slides. So you can find whether your website is well optimized or not. You can find it using some of the tools called Screaming Frog or SEMrush or Moz Link Explorer. So these are the tools which we use it to audit the website. So you can use these tools and find out whether your websites are well optimized or not. And next topic is social media marketing. So it is a process of marketing or marketing products or services via social media platform. So brands uses these channels to build their brand awareness among their target audiences. Target audiences are the people who they are who they are like if you are marketing some products and we are expecting some of the people to buy that product, then those kind of people are called like target audience people, target audience. So these things are used to build awareness. If I'm having a brand and I want to engage my audience and I want to inform my audience about my brand, then I can, I can use social media marketing channels like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever. And it is like, if you are sharing some publishing some content on the social sites, or if you are sharing any, videos, images, anything that can make, whatever videos we are sharing, that can make, that can make your user to engage with the content. So that will make user to engage with your brand. So there are tools available to, if you are scheduling a social media posters, for example, you are targeting a US location and you are here in India and you want to schedule a post at the US time, so that you can use tools and you can schedule accordingly. So there are tools called the Zoho tool and Hootsuite. These are the social media scheduling tools. And there are one more part in social media marketing, that is paid advertising. So paid advertising, it is like you can advertise by by paying for that ads. So even if it is in Facebook, or even if it is in LinkedIn, you can advertise based on your company objective or your business objective. So there are options to advertise by paying for that. So one thing you need to do is, if you are a business and you want to, you want to build brand awareness, or you want to drive traffic from website, from Facebook to your website, then you can set up the campaign in Facebook ad account, and you can, you can drive desired result. Now next topic is search engine marketing. It is the process of marketing businesses using paid advertisements. So usually we use Google Ads or Google AdWords as a paid advertising tool. Based on company objective, you can set up the campaigns over there. So even if it is a lead generation campaign, or it is a brand awareness campaign, or it is a sales conversions campaign. So based on your business objective, you can set up the campaign in Google AdWords. And also there are many options, like you can use search ads or display ads or shopping ads. If you are having a store, and if you are selling women fashion items, and you can use shopping ads to market, or to market your products to the customers. And next topic is email marketing. Email marketing, like usually when we use emails marketing campaigns are used to cultivate relationship with the customers. So for example, if you are launching a new product and you want to inform your customers about this new product launch, or if you are running any product offers or any discount, then you can you want to inform your customers, then you can you can send them emails, or in bulk you can send them emails. It is called email marketing campaigns. In bulk you can send, and you can keep your customers or prospects, whoever, informed about your brand. And for email marketing campaigns, we use tools like MailChimp or Zoho, and there are many other tools out there. And if you do not have, this is in the case of those who are having a mailing database. So there are, if you are new to the market and you do not have email marketing list, then the first thing you need to work on your strategy to build, to build enough traffic to the website, and also, to get enough leads from the websites. Now, next topic is content marketing. Content marketing, it is the process of marketing relevant content to the target audiences. There are many types of contents, we know, right? Images, videos, blogs, articles, ebooks. There are many types of contents. So businesses or individual brands uses various types of content to promote their brand. So it means that the content marketing is a long-term strategy, as it takes more time. Like, if you publish one content today, then after 1 month you are not publishing any content, then people won't be able to engage with your content, won't be able to engage with your brand. So there should be a consistency in publishing the content. So during this COVID-19 situation, I have seen like many companies, those who are promoting their own product or their own brand, they have changed their content strategy. They started to use this COVID-19 as theme in their content to drive relevant traffic or the relevant results. Now, next topic is affiliate marketing. This is also one of the techniques we use in digital marketing. So anyone can be affiliate marketer. Like if you are a blogger, you can be a affiliate marketer. So it is a process of marketing other people's product in our platform and earning commission for it. For example, if you are a blogger and you are publishing a blog around particular niche, then you have good number of traffic to your blog. Then you can be affiliate marketer. There are people who will approach you, market their products. When you place ad of that product in your website and your visitors visits your blog and sees that ad, then they clicks on that ad and they will let you know. Then they clicks on that ad, they will come to that product's owner's page. Then from there, they will make the payment. Once that person buys that product, then you will get a commission. So it is like a commission-based marketing technique. And for companies, like if a company, they're managing large number of affiliates, they can use systems called IDEV affiliate platform or IDEV affiliate tool. So which is that is also one of the affiliate marketing tool, affiliate marketing management tool, where affiliates can log in and like if I'm a company owner and I'm managing group of affiliates and I'm having a website, then I can install IDEV affiliate in my system, and those who are visitors are visiting, or those who are interested in affiliate marketing, they can sign up to my system and they can be affiliate in my for my product. Similarly, if you are a blogger, you can also be a affiliator. You need to include a right for us or something like affiliate or something like similar caption in your website or in your blog, so that people will find you and they will approach you. If they are looking for a niche as yours, then they will reach you. Now the next topic is influencer marketing. Influencer is a person who can be an industry expert or content creator, and the person should have a large number of fan following. And that person can be, in Facebook or in Instagram, we have seen like celebrities. In LinkedIn, we might have seen industry leaders. They are acting as a influencer. The main thing they do is, when a brand or company approaches us asking for their product support or brand endorsement, then for that if you are an influencer, you can charge for that. So if a person approaching you and asking like we need to promote this product and promote this, so in approaching you asking these things, then you can tell them like yes, I can promote your product and charging per word 500 rupees. There are per word 500 rupees. So this is how influencers earn money. And in viral marketing, we are quite familiar with viral videos and viral memes, right? So this is a sales technique, and that involves organic or word of mouth information about a product or services. In modern era, anyone can become an online sensation. So if they put out some offbeat content that you just cannot afford to miss as a consumer, if such content is there online, then there are chances that it will go viral. The main thing is like it depends on viral marketing, depends on the time when you are posting, the platform which you are choosing, the message, what type of message you are sharing, Now the this next topic is Google Analytics. This is not the aspects of digital marketing, but it is one of the most commonly used tool in digital marketing, which is used to track the website statistics. So if you're having a website and if you do not have a tracking code, then you can log in. You can sign up with google.com/analytics, and you can sign up there using your website URL. Then it provides a code snippet which you can place it in your website. So once you place it in your website, then you can track your website visitors metrics. Like it tracks everything, like how many people are visiting your website, and how many are exiting from the website, and how many are spending time on your website, and from which browser they are coming to your website, from which country they are coming to your website. So every detail related to your website can be tracked using Google Analytics. Now the next topic is steps to grow business online from scratch. So if you are new to this, and you do not have any website, or you do not have any brand, and you want to start, if you feel like, yes, I want to start a business now. So then the first thing you need to do is you need to identify your right skill, like whichever you feel like that is your strong skill, and which skill you believe as using that skill you can help customers, or using this skill you can solve problems of customers. So for that you need to decide your skill. So you need to list out what all skills you have, and from that you can choose one of the best skills of yours. Then once you decided the skill, then the second thing you need to do is you need to create customer persona or buyer persona. So buyer or customer is your ideal customer. Like you can say that the person whom you are going to reach to address their problem. So for creating customer persona, there are two categories, two parts. In first part, you need to identify the current reality. Current reality in the sense current market and market condition, and business condition, etc. And second thing is what they need help. So those things you need to categorize in the first category, and their pain points. If you are if you are creating a customer persona, you need to identify their pain points, and what they are looking for, or what they need help with, and what are their struggles. So these things. In second part, you need to out what are their goals, what they consider as their success factor, or what they want to achieve in their life. Then once you list out part A and part B, you are the person who is going to connect a person from this part A to part B. So these are the people whom you are going to reach, and whom you are going to going to help. So once you finish this customer person, then the third thing is you need to do is you need to create a competitor research. So it is in competitor research, it is very important to understand who are there in the market, who are providing skills, services similar as yours. So that's very important to understand that. Then you can, like, if you don't have idea, you can take idea from your competitor. Or it's like if you have idea, and you can this competitor research will help you to understand services than your competitors. Then once you done this competitor research, then the next step is you need to pick platform. So that can be a marketing channel, that may be a website. So anything. You need to choose right platform to to use your skills. Then step create content, and you need to start sharing the content around it. For example, if I'm choosing digital marketing as my main, my skill, and I'm taking, for example, I'm taking YouTube as my platform, and I'm creating videos around it, and I'm continuously sharing those videos to YouTube channel, and also I'm like I'm having a website, or I'm implementing some lead capturing system over there, and also like if I'm launching that for first time, I can sell that. I can tell it as like this. See guys, I'm launching a digital marketing course, and for the first registrants, I'm giving 10% offer, or for first registrants, I'm giving 50% offer. So this is how once you start to launch these things, then gradually you can grow your business online. Now the next topic is how to earn money from Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So we have heard that YouTubers are making money, and Instagram people are for profiles. Facebook is we don't know how they make money. So I have divided the into two categories. This is the whichever content you are seeing now. It is for the people who are planning to launch their page or YouTube channel or Instagram profile. The first thing you need to do is you need to identify the right niche for you. If you are planning a YouTube channel, or if you are planning to start a Instagram profile, you need to choose your niche. It can be a travel niche, or it can be a cooking niche, or it can be fashion niche, anything. Then after that, you need to create the social media platform, maybe Facebook page, or maybe YouTube channel, or maybe Instagram profile. So once you create this, then the third step is you need to start sharing the content using, if it is Instagram or Facebook or whatever, you can share the content, and using hashtags. Then like as I told, the consistency is very important here. If you share one video today, and after a month you are sharing another video, then people won't remember you. They will find your competitors, and they will move to competitors profile. So that you need to keep consistency on a regular basis as you are starting a new channel or new profile. So you need to keep on sharing the content on a regular basis. Next thing is you need to build community engagement. Community engagement in the sense, there are people who are sharing, who are publishing content similar to yours. So you can identify such profiles or such people, and you can take their less engaged content, and you can put a comment, or you can like that photo, and you can put comments. So whenever people are visiting those page or those content, they will if they see your comment, they will visit your profile too. And the next thing is derived traffic. There are if you are taking a video on the YouTube, and also you are having Instagram profile. So when you are taking YouTube itself, you can tell that, hi guys, I'm having Instagram profile, and I'm sharing more information over there. You can check out me there. So that if the people are really interested in your YouTube videos, they will go to your Instagram profile. So this is how you can build your subscriber base, or Instagram followers, or page followers. So now we have to build base. Now here I will explain you. If you are a YouTuber, and you are publishing content online, publishing content or sharing content through your YouTube channel, then if you want to earn money from YouTube channel, then there are some eligibility criteria. So you must need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers in your YouTube channel, then only you can earn money. If you're having 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers in your YouTube channel, then you can link your channel with Google AdSense. Once you are eligible, then only you will be able to link or be able to monetize. So once you link the Google AdSense, so when you are creating Google AdSense account, it takes your all your data, like your address, your bank account details, everything. So once you finish the sign up program, then you will become part of Google AdSense partner program. That you are giving permission for Google to put ads in your YouTube channel. So like when if you become a Google AdSense partner program, if you are part of this program, then like Google start to place ads on your YouTube channel. Then when people clicks that, so per each click basis, some amount will be credited to your Google AdSense account. Google places some account in Google AdSense account. And once this amount reaches $100, then this amount will be transferred to your bank account. This is how YouTubers make money from publishing content through YouTube channel. And in case of Facebook, there are also some more eligibility criteria. Like if you are looking for in-stream ads, then you must be 18 years old, and your website should your Facebook page should have 10,000 plus followers, and your video should have 30,000 plus 1 minute views, and also like there are some countries countries where this in-stream ads restricted to be placed. So you must live in a country eligible for in-stream videos, in-stream ads. So then only like you can be part of this monetization. And in the case of videos, Facebook videos, but whereas in case of Facebook articles or article monetization, so if you are eligible for Facebook article monetization, then you can see an option in Facebook pages publishing tool. Under that you can see an option for instant articles. If you are eligible for instant articles or Facebook monetization, then only that option will be visible to you. Otherwise that option won't be there. So using instant articles, so you can there will be a configuration option. So using that, you can be part of this Facebook monetization, and also you can earn money. And in case of Instagram, it is not needed like you need 10,000 followers or 30,000 followers. It is not needed. If you are having 1,000 plus followers, also you can be a micro influencer. And the main thing is that like engagement is important. So even if you are having 1,000 plus followers, but you should have at least 50% of, or 5% or more than 5% of engagement in your Instagram profile. Then only you can be a micro influencer. In Instagram, there are also option to sell sponsored content or publish sponsored content, and also you can market affiliate products. So as we discussed earlier, like affiliate products is like commission based. People will find your Instagram profile, and they found that you are on their niche, and you are publishing content relevant to them, and they can approach you like for asking you to publish or asking you to endorse their product. So if you are taking that product for if you are going to endorse that product, you can pay for that. You can ask, you can charge for that. Like you can tell that I'm charging for this endorsement this many dollars. So based on that, how Instagrams and Facebook and YouTubers earn money. I'm done with my presentation. This is my last slide. So when I started my career as digital marketer, there were no one there to tell Ashwini read this. So like when I went for an interview early in my career, so that time one of the interviewer told me like, Ashwini, you need to read these blogs. So these are the blogs, really interesting blogs. Whenever I'm stuck in my work or I get any doubt, I refer these blogs. So Neil Patel's blog, Mo's blog, Search Engine Journal, Wordstream.com. So there are many other blogs also, but these are the blogs which gives you updated information. Yes, now let's move on to questions.
So participants can unmute yourself and ask your questions, or you can directly send the questions to your chat, Ashwini's chat board.
Hello, ma'am. I am Avinash from Marine Engineering College. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, Avinash.
Ma'am, are you there?
Yes, I cannot
Yes, ma'am.
hear you. Can you be a bit louder?
Sure, ma'am. Yeah, am I audible now?
Yeah. Yes, yes,
Okay, ma'am. So you said about affiliate, right, ma'am?
yes.
Is it more like a co-partner or something like that?
Not co-partnering, it is like a commission-based work. So if a person is approaching you, you can ask them for commission. Like if a person is individual person is approaching you, and that person is asking you to promote his or her product, and this is based on commission is based on mutual understanding. If the product is new product and they need your support, then they will charge more. Or it is not partnering program, but it is commission based program.
Okay, ma'am. So I have one more doubt
Yeah.
about the content marketing.
Okay.
You said that about these brands are using the COVID as their
Yes.
like brandings. So
Yes.
you are saying,
Yes.
is it like we have to update on every social things and market on those updates like that?
Actually, nowadays that COVID-19 that runs as a main keyword everywhere in search, in social, everywhere. So whenever I did my research, companies like Accenture, IBM, and other MNCs, they what they do is they drive content around that. It is not like how you need to use sanitizer, you need to use mask, not like that, but business implication related content, so COVID-19 related content. They're doing something. They're doing. They're creating content in such a way that the content itself promotes their product, but along with that addresses COVID-19 scenario.
They are showing that
Yeah.
they are very much sad about that, like that, or
Sorry.
I mean, like they are saying like they have to stay safe, likewise, or
Sorry, I didn't get you.
ma'am, many ads are saying that stay safe and stay home, like that, likewise, right?
Yeah.
Is this content also same related to that?
Not related to that. So it will, the content will be related to, I'll give you an example, like, how can work from home can be made productive during COVID-19 scenario, or during shutdown scenario. Content will be set to this. Or like if you are marketing, if you are targeting B2B audiences, then if you are having any products, or if you are selling service, then your content start around that, addressing their problem. At the same time, you are addressing this COVID-19 situation.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Am I clear?
Yeah, ma'am. Thanks, ma'am. Ma'am, can you please once more discuss about the lead forms?
Sorry.
Can you please discuss about the lead forms?
It's mainly used to collect
Sorry,
the.
ma'am, you are not audible.
So if you're just a minute, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, so if you are running content marketing strategy for your website, so lead forms are mainly used to collect the leads, right? So you can use, there are many tools for to use as lead generation tools, like, Sumomi or many other tools are there. So when you are generating content, like, people will visit your website, right? So if there is no option for them to connect with you or to raise query with you, then you will lose the potential customer. So for that, you need to install lead capturing mechanisms in your website. So even if it is a blog or even if it is a website, you need to install lead capturing mechanism. Sumami is the one which I am quite familiar with. I have used those tools, and which provides various types of forms, and you can choose like which form you can use for your website. So you can choose whether it is a scroll bar or whether it is a exit intent form. So you can choose the form and you can place that form in your website. That Sumami is freely available in the market. It is free.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. And one more last question. You said
Yes.
about the social media marketing, right, ma'am?
Yes.
In that you said you would use like to a target the audience. You use two tools. One is Zoho, and the other one is
Yes. Hootsuite.
sorry, ma'am.
Hootsuite. Hootsuite.
Can you please spell that or chat? Put in the chat.
HOOTSUITE.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm Mujib from Technopark. I have a doubt regarding the
Okay.
penalty. Okay. Is there any
Okay.
possibility to remove penalty from Google?
Yes, that is a question, Mujib. Actually, if your website got Google algorithm, then you need to you need to understand what algorithm was taken place, whether it is Panda update or whether it is Penguin update or whether it is Hummingbird update. So you need to understand what update was taken place. Then the second thing, once you if you find that is Penguin update, then you need to do is the Penguin update mostly affect the websites which are having low quality backlinks. So if your website is having low quality backlinks, so because of that, this Penguin update brought your website down in search results. So for that, you can do one thing. You can you can list out all the backlinks, like low quality backlinks that you can find it through using Search Console. Then you need to list out all the low quality backlinks. Then once you list out low quality backlinks, then you can submit those backlinks to Google by for telling Google that devalue the link signal which we are getting from these links, so that Google will accept your request, and if you send that request to Google or using disavow tool, you can send request to Google by telling that devalue these link value from these links, so that once you did that, like eventually Google will devalue the link signals from those links, and like after that you can send request for reconsideration. That is also done through Google Search Console. So once you send reconsideration request, Google will again consider your website. And if it is content, if your content is updated due to Google Panda update, you need to check like which all the pages are affected, and you need to rewrite the content. You need to recheck with the content, like if you placed any unethical method or if you used more keywords, you need to rewrite your content again. You need to submit it for Google. But in case of content, I don't think that result will appear so fast, and Google will consider the request fast. Whereas in case of backlinks, this Google considers request is fast and it delivers results. Yeah. Am I
Yeah.
clear?
Yeah. Okay, fine. Thank you. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm Sumod. I have a doubt regarding the search engine optimization. And before that,
Okay.
ma'am, you have explained us the various techniques for various marketing techniques. My first question is, ma'am, whether this
Yes.
machine learning and data science techniques can be applied on marketing. If so, is there any techniques so far available?
Sorry, I didn't get you. Your voice is a bit lower.
Okay.
Can you speak a
Okay.
bit louder? Yeah.
Yes. Is it audible now? Hello?
Yeah, somewhat.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Okay. Ma'am, can we apply this machine learning and data science technique in marketing, target marketing, ma'am?
Sorry, I can't hear you. Can you?
Hello, ma'am. Is it audible? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello, ma'am. Hello?
Yes. Can you speak up now?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, is it audible?
Yes, bit
Ma'am,
better now.
yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Can we use the machine learning and data science in for this target marketing and business marketing, ma'am, in social medias?
In social media, I'm not sure about, but in case of, search engine optimization and for, business targeting, we can use this data, pay, machine learning and, data science for, if you are conducting if you are running any campaigns, you you can set up the campaigns. So it's all about, identifying the customers and identifying their behavior. And, if you have these insights, then you can tailor your campaign accordingly based on your customers' behavior and customer specific online behavior.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Is there any specific tools for that running over the market?
You can refer tools in the sense of you can refer Smart Insights. That is not a tool, but you can refer that for more insights. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Can you be more louder?
Hello. Ma'am,
Yes.
can you hear me? Okay, ma'am. Can you share an experience in which you use these digital marketing techniques to strategically help a client to
Sorry, sir.
make
Voice is breaking, sir.
Hello.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Am I audible now? Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Now is it okay?
No, sir. Issue is not yet fixed.
Okay, I will type in, sir.
If you are not able to ask the question, you can send your question to her chat.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
she can answer that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So do we have any other questions rather than this?
Hi, ma'am.
Yes.
Myself, Shyam Pradeep. I have a doubt
Okay.
regarding adjusted bounce rate.
Okay.
So, how it works? Actually, I wish to know about it.
Adjusted bounce rate in Google Analytics, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, do you know what is bounce rate? Bounce rate, it is in one session, there are people, like a number of people who are exiting who are not making any other engagement other than landing to one page. They're landing one page and they are not taking, not visiting any other pages, and they are exiting from the same page. That is called a bounce rate. And adjusted bounce rate, that is the percentage of visits and that view only one page on your website and they stay on that page or less than your target time frame. Maybe in the usual session it will be like 30 minutes, 15 minutes. So you can set up like time you can set up. If the person exists within less than that time frame, then number of percentage of people exiting from that time frame, then adjusted bounce rate.
Okay. So how adjusted bounce rate is achieved? Like
Sorry.
uh,
So like, yeah, well, if the website is video website, or it based on depending on type of your website. So if it is a video website, it will take more time, right? And if it is a content website, it won't take like more time to read one page. So if you are providing good quality